What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Got a unification matchup coming up this Saturday at the O2 Arena in London between Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis. This is going to be a great matchup, a true 50-50 fight. You know, when you look at Josh Taylor, man, that guy is an excellent boxer. Excellent boxer. Very good defensively too. He's probably one of the best fighters in the game of boxing right now as far as transferring from offense to defense. He's really a complete fighter. The only thing you can say negative about him is his jab. He kind of paused with his jab a little bit too much instead of shooting it out there and connecting with it. He kind of paused it like he's basically using it as a range fighter. But outside of that, man, the guy's a beautiful boxer. He can fight on the inside. He can fight on the outside. He can fight off the ropes. He's got a good straight left. His straight left is very good, man. We've got a very good straight left. We got a good right hook to the body, and he got a good right hook to the head too, man. He's just a beautiful boxer, man. Very good. The only thing you worry about is his competition level. He hasn't really fought anybody. Even in the World Boxing Super Series, he didn't fight nobody. That guy he fought, Barnardagich, whatever his name is, I butcher his name. He's a C-level fighter, man. The guy that come forward fighter, take two punches to land his one punch, not too much defensively. He tried to play, he tried to roll some of Taylor punches. He tried to pull a Joe Frazier, as he was rolling, trying to duck around and roll with the punches and duck the punches and stuff like that, and try to stay low at times, man. But it was a bad impersonation of Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier was a very underrated defensive fighter. A lot of people were like, man, Joe didn't mind taking two punches to land his left hook. That he dropped a lot of his opponents with, including Muhammad Ali in the fight of the century in their first fight, as he dropped him in the 14th round. But Joe Frazier was a very underrated defensive fighter, man. Ali, a lot of times, couldn't find him with that jab, man. He's able to duck, bob, and weave and stuff like that. And that's what Barnardagich was trying to do a little bit in that Josh Taylor fight, but he was just getting caught too much, man. And it just didn't have the tools in the toolbox to compete with Josh Taylor. Now, as far as Regis Prograis go, this guy's got freakish power. I think he's got freakish power. This guy hits hard. When he hits you, man, he's going to get your attention. If he connects, man, he's going to put you to sleep, man. He's a very hard fighter, man. I think he got middleweight type of power, man. I think once he do move up to 147, his power is going to carry up to there as well, man. He's got freakish power, man. He's got a real good jab. He's a southpaw. He's got a real good jab, man. Good right jab, and he's got a beautiful straight left, and he goes to the body well, man. He's got a very good, he's got a what you call a mean streak in the ring. Very, very got a lot of dog in him, man, and he's a very good fighter, man. Got good head movement. He's got those real stocky calves and stocky legs. That's where he generates his power from, a la Manny Pacquiao, as he was able to have that devastating power as he moved up in weight classes, man. And it's the same thing I think is going to happen with Regis Prograis when he moves up, man. He's a very good fighter, man. Very good fighter, good head movement. This fight here is a true 50-50 fight. I think Josh Taylor is more fundamentally sound than Regis Prograis. But as far as his skill level, when I first broke this fight down, I had in my mind, I was like, well, Josh Taylor's, he's a more skillful fighter than Regis Prograis. But when I kind of went back and looked at their fights, I can't really say that as a matter of fact that he's got more skills than Regis Prograis. Their skill level is very, very close. The difference is that to me, is Josh Taylor doesn't use his jab. He's got to use that jab a little bit more. He kind of paused with the jab way too much, and if he does that, he's gonna be getting timed by Regis Prograis. He's gonna come over the top with that pawn jab, man. He's got to shoot that jab out and try to snap Regis Prograis' head back and make Regis reset. If he throwing that little pawn jab out there, Regis Prograis is gonna be all over that. So he's going to have to clean that up going into this fight. And I just think with Regis Prograis fighting Rillick, he fought a more high level fighter than Barnardagich, man. You put Rillick with Barnardagich, styles make fights, but I'm just saying you put those two guys get in the ring with each other. I think Rillick beats Barnardagich, man. Probably stops him late in the fight. I just think the path both of them fighters took to get to this point, Regis Prograis fought a high quality of opponents than Josh Taylor. But the fight being in the O2 Arena in London, if it goes to the score to the judges, which this fight could do, if it goes to the judges' scorecards, it's gonna be hard for Regis Prograis to get a decision in the UK. Let's just be real about it. I don't know if the judges are neutral. I haven't heard anything about them judges being neutral, so I'll assume that them judges are from the UK. So it's gonna be hard for Regis Prograis to get a decision if that's the case. Now I don't know. And with the referee being more likely from the UK, it's gonna be tough, man. Regis Prograis gonna need to knock Josh Taylor out to get to win the fight, man. Anything close, he's not gonna get the decision, in my opinion. Everything being equal. Notice when Andy Ruiz was fighting Anthony Joshua, they've got neutral referees. That was one of the reasons why Andy Ruiz was holding out when Eddie Hearn was going around telling everybody the fight was done and was signed. And Andy Ruiz was like, hold up, ain't nothing done. I haven't signed anything. We got some things that got to get straightened out. We got some loose ends that need to be corrected. We got some I's that need to be dotted, and we got some T's that need to be crossed. So ain't nothing settled, and I think that's what him and Al Heyman was trying to do. They was trying to make sure that they had referees not from the UK or not even from the United States, but neutral referees. They wanted, neutral judges. My bad, neutral judges, and they wanted a neutral referee. And Eddie Hearn agreed to that, and that's why they agreed to, go over there and fight Anthony Joshua in Saudi Arabia. In a stadium that they're right now trying to build. So. That's what I believe is going to happen, man. It's going to be a very, very interesting fight. As far as my prediction goes, man, I think what's going to end up happening, man, I just think Regis is very athletic, very awkward. He throws punches from different angles. I think that's going to create a lot of problems from Josh Taylor. But Josh Taylor is a beautiful boxer. He's going to be able to land some punches on Regis, even though Regis with his head moving. Regis is an aggressive fighter, so that's going to give opportunities for Josh Taylor to land his punches. And he'll be able to land his right hand to the body, right hand up top, his straight left. He's a beautiful body. He's a good body puncher. He's got a good uppercut. He'll be able to land that at times. But I don't know if he has enough power to hurt Regis. That's going to be the main problem, I think, for Josh Taylor. I think Regis Prograis has enough power to hurt Josh Taylor and knock him out, man. Like I said, he's got freakish power. And I think this fight might go like the Berta fight went with Gosvick. I think, Gosvick in the same role as Josh Taylor is a very good boxer, probably the most fundamentally sound boxer of the two between him and Berta Beeve, just like Josh Taylor with Regis Prograis. But I think as the fight goes on, those power punches is going to eventually take their toll, man. The guy hits you hard, man. You're not going to be able to stand up and take those punishment and not feel effective, those hard punches for 12 rounds. And I think that's going to be the difference in the fight, man. I think Josh Taylor's going to be landing his shots, and he's going to be scoring and stuff like that. And Regis is going to be scoring, and he's going to be trying to walk him down. He's going to be slowly closing the distance. He's going to be looking to back Josh Taylor up. Josh Taylor fights good off the ropes, though. He's got to watch out for that left hook coming off the ropes and that uppercut coming off the ropes. But I think as the fight goes on, man, he just has not been in the ring with a guy with this type of power, man. I think that's going to be the difference in this fight, man. Regis Prograis got freakish power. He's got that type of power. Like Max Kellerman, the guy that does Max on Boxing. He does a good thing of saying, when I look at this fight, I watch him fight and say, oh, okay, he's different. He's different. He's on another level than most fighters. Like we say when he looks at Errol Spence, he's like, okay, that's different. Or when he looks at Terrence Crawford, oh, okay, that's different. Or when he look at Vasily Lomachenko, okay, he's different. Or when he looks at Canelo Alvarez, okay, he's different. Or when he looks at Deontay Wilder, okay, watch him in the ring, that power he got, that's different. That's something that, that's something we don't see too often. And that's the same thing I look at when I watch Regis Prograis. That power he got at 140 pounds, man, it's ridiculous. He got freakish power at that weight class, man, and it's just something different. And as good a boxer as Josh Taylor is, he's a good boxer, fundamentally sound, do all the right things, transition well from offense to defense and vice versa. Good fighter. Don't get it twisted. Great fighter. But I just think as the fight goes on, it's a 12-round fight. I think that freakish power is going to eventually take a toll on take a toll on Josh Taylor, and it's going to get to the point where Josh Taylor is going to probably not really be looking to let his hands go because he's going to be so worried about getting tagged by Regis Prograis' freakish power. And I think that's going to give Regis Prograis opportunities in the second half of that fight to knock out and stop Josh Taylor. So I'm calling it right now. I'm calling I'm gonna put it like this. I'm calling a 10th round knockout. 10th round knockout for Regis Prograis to become the unified 140-pound junior welterweight champion as he looks to become undisputed, hopefully when he gets a matchup with Jose Ramirez sometime in 2020. But my prediction is Regis Prograis knockout in the 10th round over Josh Taylor. After this fight, Josh Taylor can still do some good things, man. He can rebuild himself and stuff like that. It's not a loss that's going to, wreck his career or nothing like that, man. I think he's probably the best fighter over there in the UK. I just look on skill level wise and talent level wise from what I've seen. I think he's the best fighter over there. But I just think the freakish power of Regis Prograis. I think the will of Regis Prograis, his will is going to get played in this fight too. His will is greater, even though I'm not saying Josh Taylor don't have no will, but his will is not greater than Regis Prograis. But I think the freakish power, the will, the dog in Regis Prograis will eventually wear down Josh Taylor, and he will submit in the 10th round. And Regis Prograis will become the unified 140-pound junior welterweight champion. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.